What's happening, gamers? It's K-Wife here, and we're back with another episode of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So, hope you guys are having a great day today. And, wow. I'm excited. So great to see you guys in the chat. We've got Chad and Tom and maybe a couple other people coming in eventually. So, I did share this on Discord, Patreon, the members community tab, and with some of our Twitch members. Well, yeah, so will we do Mr. Sakurai DLC tomorrow? Maybe, Tom, we'll see. Not sure actually. I'll have to check that out. So yesterday we actually had an episode where I had a pretty shocking cutscene. I was really shocked at the cutscene last time. Whoa, that was pretty crazy. Hey Chad, hey Tom, hey everyone. So today we're gonna do more Assassin's Creed Valhalla, one of my favorite games. I believe, yeah, actually I believe Ubisoft did give us this game, so special thanks to Ubisoft for providing a copy of this game. Okay, yeah, I got the name right. Okay guys, so last time we actually explored a bunch around England, and I'm completely crouching here. And we had to meet up with Sigurd. When we got to this town, I forgot what the name of the town is, but basically, yeah, basically there was a cutscene that was pretty horrifying. I hope I never have to see anything like that again in the game. That was like unbelievable. So we're gonna go this way. Oh my gosh, I don't have the stomach for being a Viking. That was really, I mean, like, I don't know. I've never really been in a, obviously, medieval battle or anything, but I can imagine, like, being in a war, then, yeah, you know, it's kind of like an honorable kind of violence, but, like, just torturing somebody just to torture them, that makes me cringe a lot. I feel like that's not very honorable at all. Okay, so let's see our map here. See where we're going. Okay, so I'm supposed to go here. So I guess I'll just keep going towards this area.
So, some of us are staying behind as I hear.
Half the army's already in Tamworth, and we've now got help from the south. It's our lot to look after this place now.
So yeah, sometimes like every couple weeks, or I'm trying to do it every week, just kind of watch a documentary on Norse culture and things like that. I don't know, I find it really interesting, and I'll have to go back to the Norway area at some point in this game because there's a lot of really cool towns. There are really cool towns in England, but I kind of find the towns that they had in Norway even more interesting. I haven't seen a lot of people go, well, I haven't really watched a lot of gameplay of this. I'm kind of doing this blind, but the gameplay I have seen, I haven't really seen a lot of people go back to Norway too much.
Bring the men to the gates of Tamworth. We'll flood the fields, and Thorgred shall weep at the sight of the holds for this kingdom.
Alright, I'm just gonna turn this up so I can actually hear it. Alright, there we go. A little bit better. Oops! Okay, now I can definitely hear that. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm supposed to talk to... I think this is Sigurd. No, that doesn't look like Sigurd.
Eivor, is your axe sharpened?
I'm ready for the spear din.
And the thunder of shields, yes. It's good to have you with us.
To fight beside such legends is an honor. I've only heard tales of your conquests. Now I get to live them.
We'll weave our sagas together. Thread upon thread.
Come on, boy. We'll forge a man from your softness, hammered on the anvil of
One does
war.
not need to fight to be
Move! Move!
Calm, Ivar. The fight's not here.
Aye. The fight is nowhere to be found in this boy.
A boy who happens to be Ceolwulf's son. Why is he not in his quarters?
Our future king wants a battle-hardened heir. Time he proves his worth, don't you think?
I'm gonna say this is a bad idea because that guy just tortured somebody, so I don't think that you should subject a kid to that.
Throwing a boy who stinks of fear to a pack of wolves is not the best way to train him. Are you sure that's what Ceolwulf wants?
He left it open for interpretation.
Ivar!
He comes with us. And should anything happen to this little sprout, I will bear the punishment our future king inflicts.
He'll want to remove your head.
Ha ha, you hear that, boy? You die, and I'll have to kill your father, too.
Yeah.
Mount up, Abel. It's a long ride to Tamworth.
Definitely Chad. Yep, the Vikings
Have to
definitely
endure, my brother.
did
He
some
always
scary
finds
stuff.
new ways to humor himself.
I'll keep that in mind.
And both eyes open.
You smell that, Jailbird? The stink of jealousy, of our budding friendship, I think.
So, last time I actually got more views after
What
I
is
posted.
Ceolwulf's son doing in Repton at all?
It's Ceolwulf's way of proving his loyalty. And there's no safer place for a traitor and his son in the middle of a pack of Danes.
Say from who? You and Ivar seem to have brought this Shire to hell.
Fears are with us, common folk. Urgred still has his soldiers all over Mercia. They're devoted to him, and they'll die defending him.
Your voice, Eivor. You sound different than the brothers.
Good ear, Lord. Most in England cannot tell the difference. But not all Danes are Danes.
From where do you come, if I may ask?
North of the Danelands, a place called Funberg, Norway.
I didn't know there was land north of there. What are the people like?
You ever see a herd of sheep follow each other off the edge of a cliff? They're like that. The ones who remained, anyway.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wow, Sigurd and
Was it a mass exodus from Norway, then?
It was. Norway is now the province of a young king, Harald by name. A boy wise beyond his years.
Are you not angry that he has displaced you and so many others?
I was, for a time. But our weeks at sea have softened my brow fire. If I am honest, I realize I quite admire King Harald. By words and by weapons both. He has pacified the country I call home. For the first time in any man's memory, or any skald's song, Norway has one king. Just one. And that is quite a feat.
That is impressive, truly. England is half the size of Norway, and yet we have 4 kings for our 4 kingdoms.
You see? How could I not be impressed? No, Harald is a good man with grand ideas. I can see that now.
I am only 6 years his junior and have yet to see my first battle. I cannot imagine the skill and cunning he has.
Your first battle is coming, young Gilbert. From this day on, you may see rapid progress.
I'm not sure I want so swift a rise.
I love their names, Ceolbert. I love the way
In
it
truth,
sounds.
Gilbert, it is my father who bears the heaviest weight of my anger, not King Harald. My father gifted my birthright to Harald without my consent or knowledge. As easily as if he might hand over a barrel of meat. It was not merely a deception, it was a betrayal of trust. The prick of which still stings me.
Be it a blessing or a curse, family is always first.
A good line, boy. Were you not an atheling, I would hire you as my skald.
Skald? It sounds something like Scott, our court poets. Is that what you mean?
Right again.
Fascinating. The harmony between our words and yours is quite something. As if we were distant cousins, separated by an ocean of time as well as
Yes!
space.
I like the thought
They
of
are
that.
related.
I do.
Oh my gosh, I believe that too. The Saxons and the Norse are related from a long time ago. I believe that. I believe Irish, Scottish, and the Danish and the Norse are all related from an earlier time. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Yeah, definitely. Just so you guys know, if there's like just a couple people hanging out and watching, I'm just happy to have whoever would like to watch. I'm sure last time I had like 3 views, and then I had maybe 56 later on because people on Patreon were watching. So what I'll probably do is have the video go live, like as a premiere the next week. So everyone will get to see this premiered afterwards, a week later, but you guys who are members, patrons, and Twitch members will get to see it live. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Family always first. Vin Diesel approves. Yep. Yeah, I do believe that as well, that the Norse are related to the Irish and the Scottish.
Look at these pagan rats. Ravenous, unseemly beasts teeming over holy ground.
Have a care, Lord. These pagan rats outnumber us.
I can see that, fool. What do we do about them?
I advise we strongly consider their demands, Lord. We won't survive a fight.
Is that you, Leofrid? How quickly you recover! I'm beginning to wonder if it is a man or a god beneath all that armor.
A man of God stands before you, Eva. Proud and resolute.
That's Burgred's war thing. Killed a dozen of our men in an ambush along the River Trent. It was Ivar's axe that stopped him.
That is a poor description of a perfect 30-yard toss.
Enough jawing, heathens! Speak your piece!
We've come for your crown, Lord.
With or without your head attached.
Ha, I admire your ambition, pagan. But what you ask is impossible. No Dane ever has or ever will occupy Mercia's sacred throne.
How about a Norse?
Would you settle for a Norse? We're not as gentle, but we're much better poets.
That was good.
Norse, Dane, dog. You're all the same to me. All godless.
My king, may I suggest a more measured approach to this?
I grow weary of this palaver. You have trampled our lands, toppled our monuments. We've given you silver.
Hey Carlos,
fed your
hi Tom,
people.
hey
And yet,
Chad.
in spite of all this, your
Hope you're having a great day at work,
encroachment on
Carlos.
my kingdom continues. No more. We will die defending what is ours, whatsoever the cost. If you want my crown, Uber Ragnarsson, you must pry it from the hands of my bloodless corpse. Man the walls!
Oh my gosh, that was a bad... He should have just run away.
Back to the camp. Round up the men. We're taking Tamworth tonight! Eivor, tell the captain we're ready to march. Eivor and I will round up the men. You know your way around a batsman battle.
I've seen them in action.
I want you at the helm of ours. Strong and agile.
I'll be there.
As will I.
Okay, so Carlos says currently watching this and or listening to this while watching the stream or while at work. Awesome. Let me just see if I can find my channel here. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Okay, awesome. So we've got a couple people watching, 4 people. Okay, great. So we've got Tom, Carlos, Chad, and one other person. Researched Viking lore a few weeks ago, and they did some scary things, definitely, Chad. I am ready for Among Us, Tom, and Carlos says, hope you're doing well. I'm currently listening and watching the stream. Awesome, Carlos. Great to see you guys, and hope you guys are all doing well. And, great to, this is just so anyone knows, This is streamed for our members, patrons, and Twitch members to just say thank you for all that you guys have done and just that you continue to do to help the channels and help us stay on the air, and we just appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. And also thank you again Ubisoft for providing a copy of this game, as well as Ubisoft also provided a lot of these extra little costume thingies that I have, so that was really cool. So we'll talk to some of these people. I'll just, like, for those of you guys who are just coming into this, so I'll give you guys a little background because I did research a little bit what was going on in England at the time. So as I keep saying, which I think is really cool, Alfred the Great is alive during this time. He lives in a small kingdom, kind of like this guy, but he's not a coward. Most of the kings of England ended up being very cowardice and running away from the Vikings when they were taking over. So you have Vikings coming from Denmark, the Danes, and you have Norse Vikings. You also had later Vikings coming from Sweden and some other Scandinavian countries, but right now it's primarily like the Danes and the Norse, and actually primarily the Danes, hardly any Norse, but I am a Norse person, I guess, in this game. But yeah, basically Alfred the Great, many people say he was actually the person they named King Arthur after. So Alfred the Great was the one king who actually stood and did not allow the Vikings to take over his part of England. So there were many English kings. They each were a king of a different section of England. And we just made a deal with last episode with the king of Mercia, who is famous for running away from the Vikings in history. So that's why I named this episode the Cowardice King of Mercia, because he was a coward. I'm just gonna say it right now. So this guy is trying to fight. I would recommend he run away because I really think the Vikings are going to take over everything. So, yeah, I think it's a bad idea for him to fight. It's kind of honorable that he's trying to fight the Vikings. Alright, so I guess I will try to talk to some of these guys. And I'm supposed to go to the next place. So I just think, like, the Assassin's Creed series in general is kind of cool because you actually get to meet real people from history, whether or not, like, they try to make the King of Mercia like he's being reasonable, but I really don't think he was a good person. I think he didn't defend his own people. As far as I remember, what I read from Wikipedia and other history sites, not that Wikipedia is a history site, but from what I read online about the King of Mercia, he didn't, like, try to make a deal. He literally fled and just ran away. So I don't really, I mean, if you're the king, you kind of are supposed to protect your people. So I don't think that's very honorable. Like, I can understand if you're a regular citizen, you run away, but you really shouldn't be running away if you're supposed to be the king. That's just my opinion, but... Alright, so here we're at our war camp. Ragnar.
How about a round of dice?
Who are you?
I'm with the Renaissance. It's time to roll out the battering ram.
Birgrid wanted to fight. Now we'll give him one. Are you ready to march now?
I need more time.
I'm not yet ready.
Do what you must, but return quickly. Our men are ready to move.
Alright. I mean, like...
Fancy a game of Orlog?
I guess I'll talk to some of these people. I'm
Lord,
kind of like
my way.
a little nervous. Maybe we should just march on and do this. I don't really know, as far as I remember seeing photos and things like in history of Viking women, this is not what a Viking, no offense, like, I love Ubisoft, I love this game, but
Rattle these bones instead.
I don't believe this is how a Viking woman would have looked at all. She looks way too much like a man. Viking women would dress completely different than men. Even if they fought, they would be fighting with very long hair. They would look very feminine, and they would have dresses. They would have, like, armor and weapons, like, over that. But from what I've seen in photos and stuff, the women that were on the field fighting, they actually had, like, dresses. Maybe they were a little shorter dresses, but they wouldn't, like, dress like a man. I don't believe that that is accurate. That's just my opinion. So I could be wrong, but I just don't think that's accurate. Okay, so I'm supposed to speak to her when I get a chance. We'll speak to some other people.
Let's make short work of this, Eivor. England is a big place.
Oh, thank you, Chad. Says that's fascinating, and I just found out this game will do the scary thing later. I don't know what the scary thing is, like torture or I don't know. I don't know. The last cutscene was pretty hard for me to take. I literally think I closed my eyes at part of it. I really didn't like it. So let's see if we can actually upgrade our weapons before we fight these people. I feel a little bit, I love Vikings, but I am feeling bad. It's getting a little close to home, actually being in England and attacking people and killing people that look real. It's kind of making me feel really bad being a Viking.
Eivor. First one to Bordred gets to string him up by his dangly man-wattle, then jab him in his fat head.
Let's get through these walls first, Ivar.
Alright. Oh yeah, you guys don't want to spoil it. Okay, no worries. Well, I'm just gonna talk to as many people as I can. This kind of looks more like what I would expect. Is this a woman or a man? This is what I would expect like a Viking girl to look like. I just don't. Oh, she's wearing the same clothes as that guy. Alright, that's weird. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna make it completely accurate, I guess. Alright. Also, fun fact about Vikings, a lot of them were blonde, like Thor, and some of them, like I know that, you know, a lot of them were blonde, especially the Norse, but even if they weren't blonde, some of them would put, like, stuff in their hair, like very, very harsh chemicals in their hair to make them look more blonde. So, to make them look more like Thor and their heroes and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I am surprised there weren't like more.
Rest from rattling skulls. Rattle these bones instead, eh?
Me get to see you fight, Eivor. Show us old wolves a thing or two.
Yeah, I'm surprised there are not more like blondes. There are a few blondes, but I would think there would be more in the. But maybe that's because a lot of these are Danish Vikings, so it wouldn't. I don't know if Danes also did the same thing or not.
There you are. Are we ready to march?
I guess so, but I couldn't really find.
It's time to capture a kingdom.
What are we going to do about him?
Jailbeth. Something wrong?
I know these men, Eivor. I've supped with them. Not 2 weeks ago, Leofrith showed me how to wield a greatsword. He's a friend.
Friendships end, often at the point of a spear.
It cannot be that cold. Least of all with Leofrith. He is only following orders.
When the march begins, find an empty tent and stay there.
Do not think me a coward. I am not afraid of war. I do not want to kill my friends.
There's no other way. Fight or hide. It's up to you.
That I don't know if he's a prince or the. He seems very wise. It's not good to ruin friendships so fast. That's not a good idea. Alright, yes, there were red-headed Vikings as well.
Slaughter the soldiers. Leave the king to me.
Alright, let's see if we can get around. Oh wow. I'm gonna need to upgrade my weapons pretty soon.
I'll kill you! Try to flank!
Forgot how to... Oh my god.
Good run, rabbit!
Forgot how to do my shield. There we go, there we go, there we go. Our shield, put our shield up.
Gates down! Push through! Push through!
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. I'm gonna go this way. Oh my gosh! Alright, that was not cool. I gotta get out of here.
The path is blocked! We must destroy that barricade!
Oops. Oh, here we go. Oh wow, I'm interacting with it.
Take cover!
Oh my gosh, how do we get through here? I died! Oh no! I have to try that again. I forgot, there was somebody hitting me. Oops. Oh wow, so they actually saved from where we went through. Yeah, I mean, like, some people actually believe that, well, I mean, I don't really know. That's what, I keep hearing people say it, but I don't really know if it's the truth. But some people say the red hair in Ireland and Scotland is actually from the Vikings, because they, you know... Oh my gosh. Oops. I'm really not good at this. But yeah, like, many people don't know, but, well, I mean, I guess everyone knows, but, so, like, this time in England, the Vikings almost took over the entire country, basically. So they kind of intermarried with everyone there, like, it was almost impossible. Then they eventually left, I believe, or they kind of, like, some of them stayed and Christianized, like, they were, you know, they became part of the church, but even when some of the Viking kings became Christianized, like they would still kind of act like Vikings anyway. Like it was like, oh yeah, we became part of the church, but they would kind of like still kind of, when they like say somebody didn't pay them something, then they would just like say they weren't paid an agreement like between England and Norway, or England and Sweden Vikings would just, there were times in history where even though they said they were kind of like part of the church or they wanted to be good, they would just kind of go and pillage a bunch of people until they got paid what they were supposed to be paid. So it was kind of like a kind of a fairness thing, like Viking, and I'm the same. Like I'm part Viking, so I can completely understand. Like it's kind of like they have this big thing about being fair. Like they would only like pillage people or take over a land if they felt like, okay, you guys have resources and we need them. I have to take care of my people. Like I just have to do what I have to do. But once they have what they need, they kind of would stop. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's kind of my general idea of it. It's like that was their kind of system. Okay, well I have to take care of my people. Or like you didn't pay me enough or I was owed, so it's your fault I'm pillaging you now. Oops, darn it. Okay. Darn it! Sorry. Alright, I need to get some food.
Let's bleed you.
I guess I'm supposed to be doing the other thing. Oh well. Alright, so this is just gonna go on endlessly. Let me see where I'm supposed to go next. I guess we'll go up here. Yeah, I mean, like, in general, like, I was telling somebody, in general, like, Celtic and Vikings were kind of, like that guy said, they were related from an earlier time. That's what I honestly believe. So in reality, when the Vikings were pillaging and looting the Irish and stuff, in reality, they were kind of pillaging their own people. They were kind of related to the Irish from an earlier time. So, I mean, it's not really funny, I guess, but it's kind of weird that they were actually kind of related. Oh my gosh. Oh, I guess I'll try that again. Oh, how were they related from an earlier time? They're both descended from the Scythians, who were a race of people in the middle of,
one by one.
Actually, the Scythians are actually mentioned in the Bible as being very. Like there's a mention of the Scythians in the Bible, as even Scythians are considered like, you know, they should be given like the chance or whatever to be you know, even Scythians are it's a possibility for them to have, you know, be good or have salvation or something. So, yeah, even back then, Scythians were not seen as, so, yeah, I believe that the Irish, English, Scottish, and Swedish, Finnish, and Danish, and Norse were all related to the Scythians. They're all Celtic peoples from back then. And even back then, the Scythians were said to have reddish hair and stuff like this. So,
Get back here and face me.
but anyway, let's see. I'm like running away from this guy. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe we can find some loot. They used to teach stuff like that in history books, but they don't anymore. They don't really go back more than 100 years in history, so they don't really teach where people came from and things like that anymore. So that's why people, it's very difficult to even find information on it. Oh, that was a lot easier using my assassin's blade.
Watch for the counter. Spill your brains. Now you
And I actually have my own theories of where the Scythians came from, but there's a lot of different people that have different theories on it. Oh my gosh. Where is everybody? Okay, I have to go back this way. What mode? Cams mode. Cams mode. I know, I keep accidentally doing cams mode. Alright, let's get all these rations. Yeah. I mean, but the other thing is, like, let's see. Back then, Viking actually kind of meant pirate. So, like, a lot of these people were pirates from these countries. But it doesn't actually mean all Danish people were pirates or all Norse people were pirates. As you can kind of remember, like, she had that conversation with Sigurd where she was saying, I feel like a lot of the Norse back home are like sheep and they don't want to fight. So that in itself proved that not all Norse people actually, you know, went on raids and all this stuff. Like, not all of them were fighting. But actually, well, that's debatable. After they actually landed in Norway, a lot of them weren't fighting, but before then, they were actually just a people from somewhere that nobody knows where they were from on boats, and they didn't really have a home. It wasn't until the Norse actually settled in Norway that the country actually became 98% Christianized, and they settled there, and they didn't really, like, they didn't really go on raids after that. The Viking Age ended after a certain time, even though the Norse were still around. It wasn't that they were defeated, they just stopped raiding. They stopped. Something made them, they just stopped. The Viking era went, where they went on raids, like the main Viking era in most of the books, has to do with, oh darn it, I got killed again. Alright, I'm gonna try this again. So in most books about Vikings, it's gonna be weird to listen to this back, me rambling on, but yeah, most of the books that I've read about Viking era, it went from about 700 AD until 1700, I believe. So it was for 1,000 years that Vikings raided people in different countries. So I mean, that's a long time. That is a really long time to raid people. Like it went for 1,000 years.
I'll find you, you little rat. Do you hear me?
Ow! I'm literally on fire. Ouch. That was not cool, dude. Okay. It makes you wonder. They were definitely upset about something. I feel that I have my own theory, and I really believe that that is where the Vikings came from. But it's kind of like people don't believe that that's who the Vikings really are. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have to make a whole. I actually talked about it because some of my family, Luke's family is Irish, and the reason I don't talk about it is because I actually talked about it with them, and I said I think these are the Vikings are these people. Like I explained to them, you know, they're mentioned in history and stuff, and I said this is where they're originally from, and some people in Luke's family who are Irish, who would be related to Vikings, because Irish and Norse are related from an earlier time, they got really upset at me. They were like, I don't believe this. And it's like, well, it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Like, you know, if that's who they are, then you can't really do anything about it. Like, you know, once I found out that I was a Viking, I remember my mom didn't used to really talk about it a lot. Like you know, my mom's Scottish, my dad is Norse and Swedish, and once I found out about it, I think like I was like, oh wow, like, you know, I can't be Viking, like they did all these horrible things. But after a while I kind of embraced it. I was like, okay, well this is who I am. Like I can't change it. Tamworth Fortress, and there's a lot of really great things the Vikings did do. They were very, very intelligent, very smart people, and there has to be a reason why they had to be on these ships going all the way. There has to be something that happened to them as a people, that they had so much stuff happen to them that something caused them to do this. There is a reason, I do believe, that all this happened. There is like a reason why they were so angry and why something happened to them in the past that caused them to do this. I honestly do believe that. I don't think it's without cause. That's just my opinion, though.
Take 3 men and search the rear. Look around. See what you can find. I'll send for Ceolwulf. Tell him we found a throne.
Oh, that guy doesn't deserve to be in the throne. That guy's creepy.
Ah, that was a good scuffle, hmm? But I did notice we were short one athlete. Where was the son of our king?
He's not old enough to fight yet. Leave him alone. And also, those were his friends. But yeah, I mean, like, I guess he has to decide if he's gonna fight or not.
Ah, that was a good scuffle, hmm? But I did notice we were short one atheling. Where was the son of our king?
Gilbert was around. And maybe you missed him.
Your lies are just like you, Eivor. Big and bold.
Alright, let's see what's in here. Loot. Alright, I hope this letter finds you well. You have my gratitude and my promise that these men will not be called upon unless absolutely necessary. We continue to fend off the Danish incursion and will do so without respite. Athelwith sends you her regards. She is well. Though, like my war thane, I wonder if she too has begun to doubt our ability to win this war. No matter, it is I who led it, and I will defend my state to the bitter end. Faith in God, the Lord King of Mercia. That's really interesting because as far as I remember, the King of Mercia completely ran away, but okay, it's kind of like weird.
Burgred called for help.
We just met the King of Mercia in this game.
Men. But who are these warriors he speaks of?
And he just said he wanted to make a deal with the Vikings, so it just shows he's selling out his own people, the King of Mercia. Today I learned, okay. Today I learned that the King of Mercia has put all his brothers in charge and move on. If dethroning me was all but a sure thing, he could not be more wrong. The heathens can keep Repton, dig up Mercia's kings, and scatter their bones for all I care. I will not be shaken by these feeble attempts to damage my reputation. They think they can turn my people against me. No, Mercians everywhere will fight for their king, whether they want to or not. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm going into this game with I don't have a very good image of the King of Mercia, and the fact that he's in this game and they're like, oh no, he's just, if you sell out your own people behind their backs, you can't, I'm sorry, but you're not a good king. There's no way to pretend like you're doing the right thing. No, you're not. Like, you need to, those people are expecting you to defend them, so, no, you could just say, like, I'm sorry I couldn't defend you, or, like, I don't know, fall on your sword or something, like just running away, I don't know, it just feels wrong. Alright, I'm supposed to be in here. I guess I'm supposed to go to the back of it. Supposed to talk to him, I guess. This creepy guy. He doesn't deserve to be there. You don't deserve to be there. Oh, I am on the throne. I'm on it now. Search the keep for hints of the king's whereabouts. Oh, I'm supposed to keep searching this. So we have to figure out where the king is. Okay. Oh, wow. Alright, I guess I'll keep searching then. Collect food! Alright, so I guess I'll just keep searching. Oh wow. Okay, we have an agreement that is by the time this message arrives, it is still your tale that warms the seat of Mercia's throne. Here is what I know. The Ragnarsons have been speaking with one of your own. Ceolwulf is his name. Together they are devising a plan to overthrow you and install him in your stead. A Norse named Sigurd has arrived and allied with the brothers. An attack is soon to follow. Ready your men. As for your secret haunts, they are safe for now, but keeping them that way will cost you. I await your reply. Only this time, send a more fair-priced envoy. Oh wow, somebody's paying somebody off.
Chronicle of payments made. Like a ledger. There's a symbol here. Clanet. Ivar, I found a letter. There's a symbol here. Your men have any luck?
Nothing. You?
This. Do you know that symbol?
Tana's sigil. It seems she's been dealing with Burgred as well. The wretch.
She was the mercenary barking at you in Repton, yes? She's playing both sides of this war.
She could have told him anything. Sold him secrets about me, about Repton, our plans.
Why bother with all this pageantry? Fashion a new crown and stick it on your melon. There you have it, you're the new king.
That is not how it works. Not in Mercia.
I think we should just go.
We're wasting time. Tona is our only lead. You talk to her, find out what she knows.
I would sooner launch my face into my axe than face her.
That might improve her impression of you.
We have the same father, Eivor, but his mother was a sow.
Meet us at Tona's camp when you're finished here. And bring your patience.
And your axe!
Eivor, a word, if you would.
Go, I'll catch up.
I will join the brothers, Eivor. Meet us at Tonas.
My son told me what happened earlier, with Ivar pressuring him to fight. He said you intervened.
You would be mourning your son if I hadn't. He's not a fighter.
No, but he should be. By trial or by training.
He'll come around in time, but keep him from Ivar if you can. He's the furthest thing from a mentor.
I agree, that Ivar guy is creepy.
That Dane merchant, Tonna. She must know something about where Burgred's hiding.
Amber the Looter, definitely. Oh. Speaking of looting, yay, got more supplies. Yeah, I think that this guy is the king of Mercia, and in history it's known that he ran away. So, and right now, not only is he running away, but making alliances with the Vikings behind his other, allies' backs to out them. Yeah, in fact, there are 3 major cities, at least that I know of, well, probably even more in England, that were basically made just by Danish Vikings. Like, they just ran those huge cities. Like the Vikings almost took over the entire. I mean, I'm surprised. Like, if it weren't for people like King Alfred and other kings that stood up against them, the Vikings might have taken over all of England, and then England wouldn't even be called England today. Who knows what it would be called? I mean, it's really interesting to think about how history could have been different depending on what happened. I think it is. Yeah, the thing is, like, the Danish Vikings were actually, they kind of took over a couple towns, a couple ports, and they were actually, like, I don't know what you would say, like, they kind of settled in England. So they were kind of like, I don't want to say like mafia people, but they were kind of like, they kind of made treaties with the English people. They kind of settled in, like, the Danes actually, it almost like people got used to them there. They started making treaties with them, and not only, one thing interesting about the Vikings were craftsmen. They were not just, like, history tries to say that Norse and Danish people and everything were just, all they did was pillage. Not true. They actually would go set up camp, and then they would start selling their wares, like glass, all kinds of different, they would trade. They were known for making trade routes. That's basically what they did. Like, they would set up a trade route. The whole reason why they were there, like, was to get supplies. So that was their thing. Was basically they were I don't know, mercenaries, traders, but sometimes they killed people to get the job done, or they would take over a section of a country, so they would establish their trade route there. So, you know, their whole spiel was like, they wanted to, you know, have another place where they say that, like, I believe, like, I forgot what place it was, but, like, there were certain, I thought England, there was a certain place in England, or forgot where it was, but around England, that was like known as the land of tin or something. Like, if you found a place, like, I know, like, United States back in the day, like, I don't know if it was like near the Viking Age, was known as like a place where there was lots of copper. We used to have a lot of copper in the United States before it got kind of like, people like kept coming and getting the copper and taking it away. But, like, yeah, if you could actually trade different goods across the ocean, you could make a fortune doing that. So, like, actually taking over somebody else's town in another country, you just have to take over 1 or 2 towns. You wouldn't have to take over the whole country. So, I actually don't think the Vikings were trying to take over the whole country. I think they just wanted... I mean, maybe they were, but I think they were trying to establish their trade route. That's what I think they were trying to do. By any means possible. Yeah, Chad was saying he read about the Vikings took over and tortured this one king a lot. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Sorry. Alright, so let's see where we're going next on our map, and then, I don't know if I'll have such a long, like, episode. I did an hour last time, guys, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe we'll do an hour episodes. It's kind of a good idea. And then it's easier to watch back. Sorry. I don't know why. I mean, this is really cool. I'm playing as a girl Viking, but at the same time, I keep thinking I'm Ezio, but I'm not, because I'm obviously a girl, so... I still think Ezio is the coolest Assassin's Creed character, and that's saying a lot because I love Vikings, but he's still the coolest. Ezio will always be the best. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get to the top of this tower so we can kind of get the lay of the land. Oh, wow! Yep, Celtic cross. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is, well, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but, I had a conversation with somebody one time, and they were, like, talking about, you know, Roman Catholic and stuff, and I was saying, well, actually, Irish and Scottish Catholic is actually completely different than Roman Catholic. And they were upset at me, and they were like, no, it's not, but it actually is. The Irish, I think there were a few countries that never joined the Roman Catholic Church, and Ireland was one of them. So Celtic, like, the whole thing of where the church kind of took over the whole world, like thousands of years ago or whatever, it didn't really take the whole, like, Celtic way that they interacted with the church was different than the way everyone else did. Like, they had their own way of doing things. Like, they didn't act like the Roman Catholic Church. So that was kind of interesting. I believe St. Patrick, who was the, you know, kind of like leader of the church or whatever, he actually trained under, he didn't train under any Roman Catholic person. He went to Gaul, was it? I don't know, but wherever, it was a country that wasn't under the reign of Roman Catholic. So that's why, yeah, I don't know why, I just had that interesting fun fact. So basically what so yeah, the Celtic and the Norse, like Celtic and Vikings kind of always did their own thing a little bit differently. Weirdly enough, some people say there were Celts in Spain, Portugal, and around that area too at one point. So it's possible even Spain and Celtic people could be related, which is really interesting. So, I mean, there's just so much interesting things in history, but they never really tell you the interesting stuff in school. They just tell you just the basic stuff that's not really fun. That's just how I see it. Alright guys, so let's try to get to the next area, and, I mean... Oh, I can fast travel there if I want. Where am I supposed to go next, though? Oh. Alright, well, maybe we should fast travel here, and then we can go to our next destination. Where Vikings originated from. Ezio's great uncle, because his name is Mario. Where the Vikings originated from, says Chad. They went through many areas. I can give you guys an interesting hint of things that I've found online, but I have a very definite belief of where they originated from. But I don't know. Every time I talk about it, it gets me into trouble. I mean, I think that all people kind of originated, well, not all people, but I think that a lot of the civilizations of the world originated in the Mediterranean area, Middle East Mediterranean area, and then we all, like, moved out from there. So everyone in every country has done a lot of, well, actually, no, I don't actually believe that. Except for Asia. I believe there was a group of people from, I believe, like, for instance, some of the languages, like Chinese, Japanese, and other things like this, I think are a lot older than the languages from the Mediterranean. That's why they sound different. I believe that there was a great cataclysm, and that there was a lot of languages that got disrupted, and that happened in the Mediterranean, but I believe it did not actually affect Asian countries, which is weird. So I think that some of the languages from, such as Chinese, Japanese, Korean, things like this, actually are like older than any Mediterranean language. Like, I think they're they're just so old, like, you cannot even comprehend. It's possible that they're closer to how original humans talked, like, many, like, I don't know, dude, I'm talking here. Oh my gosh. Dude, take a chill pill, okay? Like, for instance, I don't know, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, oh wow, look at these cool statues. Okay, I am in a really bad area right here. So, if you give oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna try to blend in and get out of here. I'm gonna try to go where I need to go next. Eivor, what are you doing? Alright, so let's go where we need to go next. Well, basically, one really interesting thing, I think that I think that the Vikings and the people that they're descended from went through Turkey. I think they went through Austria. I think they came through Denmark at one point. I think they traveled many places.
Calm, Ivan. Me and Eivor will take care of
And I
this.
think they were from somewhere else before that.
Sigurd, is there a problem?
We'll go see Tomna. Just the two of us. Ivar and Ubba will wait here. Better if Tomna thinks we've come alone. The truth is, I don't think any of us can stop Ivar from cleaving her head open. It's all he was spewing the whole way over here.
Right. Shall we?
We'll return shortly.
A small fortune for whoever sent Tona to hell.
I'll hold you to that. From what I overheard in Repton, the brothers had an arrangement with Tona. What happened?
She's a mercenary. Ubba used her for man and information. But that relationship soured now that Burgred is all but defeated. From what I heard, Tona has hunger for two things. Soft silver and a stern hump. Neither of which earns you true loyalty.
If she can't be trusted, what use is she?
That is for us to find out. We may be able to satisfy her.
And if we can't?
Ivar did tell you to bring your axe.
Alright guys, well, I guess we're almost at the end of the stream, but we'll do whatever Sigurd wants and then we'll take a break.
She takes a liking to you. Keep talking.
She's more your type, I think.
No. This is your challenge.
Come now, don't drag your feet.
Oh no. I don't think they took over Asian countries.
Sigurd, what brings you strolling into my camp this brisk day?
I suspect you already know.
Yes. The Emperor's on the air betrayed you. And yet, if you are here talking to me, King Burgred remains at large. And who are you, lovely dove? Want to perch your ass on my lap?
Ew. Gross. Is there a thing where I can stab her with a spear? I'll pass.
Not interested.
And why not? I've been told I have a rather expert tongue.
Only good for yawping, I see.
Enough blabbering. You know why we're here.
Where is King Burgred? That is what you want. And what makes you think I have the slightest idea?
We found letters. Records of trade. The two of you have a history.
What can I say? The king pays well for my services. If only I could say the same for those two Ragnarsson clots.
You're dealing with me now. And I want to know what you know. Name your price.
Very well. I could use another cow. And you can cover the cost.
When Ceolwulf is on the throne, do you think he'll be pleased to hear you stood in his way? That you doubted him at all? Settle for half that amount and maybe Ceolwulf's first command won't be for your head on a platter.
You've got stones.
Out with it.
Burgred paid me to steer the Ragnarssons clear of two areas, Ledechestre and Tempelbrochfort. It was a hefty amount. If I were you, that's where I'd look. And that is all I know. Not more, not less. We are done here.
Ledestre and Tempelbroth Fort. Do you know these places?
I don't, but the brothers will. I'll bring this news to them. Don't stay around here too long. We've got a king to catch.
Alright guys, well, thanks for all the awesome questions. I'll kind of like go into it a little bit. Like one thing that really fascinated me about, if you're looking up the history of the the Kells or the Celts, is like one thing I find, I don't know if you guys can find it on YouTube, but basically they found this place in Austria that had like burial site that was like Viking burial and Celtic burial, but it had Egyptian artifacts in it and like chariots covered with gold, and this was like right out of like Egyptian writing, but Celtic artifacts and things that look like Odin and Egyptian together. So, you know, the Vikings, to make it all the way to Norway, they have been through a, like, their history is very long. Like, they've gone from like Turk, like, some people say they originated in Turkey. I believe they were, I can't say what I think they were, but I think they were a very well-known Middle Eastern a part of a very well-known Middle Eastern civilization. So that had many different tribes and parts of it, and I believe that they were part of that, and that explains a lot. I think that they were in Egypt for a very long time and came out of Egypt and didn't know where to go, and that's why they were on these ships and had no idea what to do. But that's just my belief on the subject after I have researched almost everything I can about it. So I find it really interesting to research. So anyway, guys, alright, well, anyway, hi Anna Sensei, hi everyone. So anyway, guys and gals, thank you guys so much for watching another awesome episode of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Let me know if you guys have any cool Viking facts, about Norse, Danish, or Swedish Vikings, or any other Vikings that you know. I'm your neighbor that may be a Viking. Me, Tom says Amber Sphere. Hey, Anna Sensei. So anyway, guys and gals, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll be here next time. Maybe next time we'll be here for Pillage Mondays next time, and this episode will probably go up like next week as a premiere on my channel, so people will get to watch it after I streamed it in front of like members, patrons, and Twitch members for a week. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys later today with more. We've got a video going up at noon. We have a stream of Murder Mondays Among Us on the Let's Play channel, and more fun, exciting stuff. Have a great day, everyone. Had a lot of fun hanging out and being a Viking, hitting people with my axe today with you guys. Have a great day, everyone, and God bless. Happy gaming. See ya!